Yes, naitwa Wanjiru. But I am so mad. Yani, I'm pissed off. What is he doing? Like, and I changed one garbage to another. Like, what in the fuck of recycling is Ruto doing, for heaven's sake? Yani, watu wamekufa like almost 50 na akarudisha the same kidiki person arudi hapo, like what the actual fuck? Ni wazimu, like literally ni wazimu. I think what we should do on Tuesday, we are going out masses. Tuende tumeshikana mikono. What I can actually say niongeze tu on how we can actually perform this maandamano. I think tuweke wanawake mbele. Like, I don't think they can shoot us. We are buddies. Hasidhani wanaweza tupiga buduki ama whatever. Like, wanawake tukue hapo mbele sababu I guess wanaona wanaume wanaweza wapiga, wanaweza rushia maji. In the first front two lines, tukue wanawake ama wasichana na wanawake, everyone, pregnant women. We show them that they can at least fear women. So we can tunaweza kuwa kwa mstari wa kwanza, mstari wa pili wanawake, alafu wanaume wanatufuata. We protect our men in this way. But the thing is, of course, hawezi tupiga wanawake na watakuwa na ile kitu ya being a human, and they can't beat their mummies, you know. So that was my actual thought on how we can perform these maandamanos, because we are putting our men on risk and they're getting killed because they are men. They're like, they can shoot anyone. So I think this is the time that we women, now any women who is listening and want to go to the maandamano, we be on the front lines, because they actually respect women. Let's say they actually respect women if they does, but we are so pissed. Like, chill. Ni kama twice of Mulcomen. Muize kabisa, like scandalous people. Yani, what is actually wrong with him? Atoke tu, sijui kama tuende to occupy the state house or wherever, but I'm so pissed. Everyone with me, we are so pissed. Niko na marafiki zangu with me, but we are pissed to death. Like, you cannot even imagine what the actual wrong is with a person. Anaona tumetoka kwa barabara, we didn't want this leadership, and he continues does that. Kwani anasikiza kwa sikio moja inatokea ile ingine, ama niliona kwa nini alikuwa kuna ile the propaganda that was passing, alikuwa anakaa kama ni kitu kawaya amewekwa hapa kwa nini kwa kichwa, maybe anahitaji kuwekwa charge ndio hajatoka nje ya country for a long time. Like, there is something literally going wrong with this person. Alafu Raila hata tusianze hapo, sababu I am getting pissed thinking I thought Raila would be the solution or anything. Alafu anatugeuka hivyo usiku wa mchana kutwa, hata angegoja useme usiku wa manane tufanye dialogue, tuseme maybe ni giza ameona, lakini mchana kukiwa na jua anasema ati mini dialogue agabi smoke matako yeye. Like, I'm so pissed. Let me just pass it to the other person, because thank you so much for listening. But I think we should also listen. The part I said about women being on the front line, we should consider putting ourselves in danger to protect even our men. And because the policeman literally doesn't respect men at this rate. Wanawapiga vibaya, and it's so sad to see our brothers being killed. Sijaona mwanamke mwenye amepigwa tayari, but I think it's the right time we just put ourselves on the front line. Thank you, everyone.
Nimependa that submission. I'm not gonna lie. Your submission ya Wanjiru, that's you know, spaces tumehost mingi na like hiyo ni one new idea nimesikia yenye imenifurahisha, na the reason why imenifurahisha it's because and when we start thinking critically utaanza kushindwa, why did they even have to pay people time yenye tulisema we occupy state house, because hawakulipana when we said we occupy parliament. So we need to stop party focusing na vitu mingi sijui occupy sijui wapi. Yes, I understand what is happening pia yenye inasaidia ku different ministries and everything to push things to be going for us, but our main focus should be occupy state house. Hizi vitu zingine ni siasa, tena ni siasa ya kinyozi. So we need to focus on occupy state house. And guys, I have liked that approach of Wanjiru, and you know, if it will be affected, itakuwa situation moja mzuri sana. We need to be there on the forefront, and I'm liking, and kama nishiambia mwanamke wa Kenya anything that is bad, nime apologize jameni, and I okay, Jimpole, kindly jump in.
Yes, vile pia Wanjiku wamesema, in addition to the point, we need to occupy state house. Sahi hakuna ati chao nini. Unajua, I read somewhere that in order to rebuild it, you have to destroy it. At this point, even if we are going to destroy it, we have to. Because now, hii imezidi man. Hii imevuka mpaka sasa. It's like those people who died, they died for nothing. The kware, hiyo ishu yenye wanatoa watu ati wanashutu watu and then wanaleta wakishaka kwa mob, inasemekana ati mtu alipatikana juu amebondwa na gari. No, those are our young people, our young brothers and sisters that were murdered. Hiyo hizi kwa watu wamekufa bure, my guys. Haiwezi wakivo. Like tulikuwa tu tunampigia kelele, like akakuja akatusikiza for once and then all of a sudden amesema hiyo moto imepoa. It's like amerelax, amona there's nothing we can do. Amona ni kama tuna give in. We need to occupy state house. There's no turning back. Hakuna nyingine sahi. Because hiyo state house ndio ilikuwa tisho and the world needs to see. Ni hivyo tu.
Okay, sawa. Nini Garshie unanisikia? Nini msteli, like there is a space bug and it's been happening for the last few minutes. We've been trying as much as possible to give everyone a mic. Kama ulikuwa umerequest mic earlier, tafadhali stop requesting the mic and request tena, because yes guys mnaniwavia and everything but we can't see your mic request. So kama ulikuwa umerequest mic, stop requesting, then request again so that we can continue with the conversation, please. I'm trying to add as many people as possible. Yes, go on, Ayoy.
Yes, I know you can hear me.
Yes, tunakusikia. Go on.
Yeah, I just wanted to say a couple of few things here. To begin with is the demonstrations. I don't want to repeat, but just allow me to highlight. I think to begin with, our demonstrations we should now divert our attention from maybe the CBD, because despite the fact that these people say police would allow people to demonstrate, it's not happening, so the police continue to prowl our streets in the CBD, and I think it's really hampering our efforts to demonstrate peacefully and to picket as given in the constitution. So I think we should derail some of the ways, some of the areas that are really vital, because if you say we can't access the CBD, people will work from home and then nothing much will happen. I think we should occupy these roads and really block these main highways. That one is a really big thing that will really make heads turn. And my number two would be this cabinet appointments, is rubbish. From where I see it, I think it's what a rubbish. And think the people like Kindiki and Duale should actually have resigned by now, because we can't take for, we can't take for granted that people were killed. It's not even 50. I think there's so many people who were killed following these demonstrations, and some have not been found. People got injured, some are still in the hospitals. As a security cabinet secretary in charge of internal security and defense, both Kindiki and Duale should actually have resigned and face, prosecution. because Kenyans cannot just die. Peaceful demonstrators cannot just die like that and nothing happens, and people still come back to the cabinet to lead that very docket that he was in charge of when these demonstrations were happening. You know, this is a slap in the face from the president. It's utter rubbish. You know, so I think also it purports to have given us the first batch of the cabinet appointments, and this is just to test Kenyans. You know, how people are going to react. And if they're not saying anything about Kindiki coming back and Duale coming back, then I can as well go on and appoint Murkomen back to the same cabinet. This is rubbish. And people should not actually enjoy. I see in places like Eldoret, I don't know what's wrong with us Africans. I see some clips from people in Eldoret actually thanking the president. Why are you thanking him? What are you thanking him? What has he done? Marvelous, you know. What has he changed anyway to thank him? Why are you thanking Ruto for bringing back Kindiki and Duale? We lost a CDF not so many months ago. You know, you losing a CDF or Gola in a very bizarre way. Nothing has happened like that before. You know, somebody who is in charge of security, internal security or defense should have actually have gone home. You know, so it is just a slap in the face, and Ruto is just taking things for granted and not listening. You know, he comes to Twitter space, purports to have listened to Kenyans. Yet I'm just here to listen to you guys and you know, and take into consideration what you guys are saying. It's just rubbish. I don't even know why we actually gave him that space to air his views. You know, this is just nonsense. I think we should occupy these major highways. You know, you hamper and you derail transportation, you know, to and fro out of Nairobi and stuff like that. I think that's the right way to go. And this is just nonsense. The cabinet, same faces. You know, Alice Wahome coming back to lead how lands. I don't know. This is rubbish, incompetence. Thank you. That's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you very much for that. I agree with you. This is rubbish. It's like, you know, taking the vomit and returning it back to us. You get, and the reason why I always insist on Ruto must go. There is someone who put out this tweet, and the person said clearly that there is no amount of cleaning we can do to Ruto that can change Ruto. You know, he said no matter how much you clean anus, it will never become mouth. So there is no much cleaning Ruto can do. Ruto is the same person. He has proved even the time that he had, this was an opportunity to even show some level of, you know what, I can make some changes. He has not done any change. Who is Chirchir? Chirchir has been stealing left, right. Who is this other guy, Kindiki? Who is Nduale? The same people who were in the office when Kenyans were being killed. It's Nduale when he unleashed military on innocent Kenyans. You get, it's someone, Ruto is not someone who is ready to change. He is not. And he has proved that. But let me allow, this is Kasamuel. Okay, my guy, jump in.
Hello guys. Hello guys. My headset is kind of weird. Just do a reaction of an emoji so that I know if I can go on. Okay, great. What we've seen in the political class happen today is a big middle finger. And I will be a bit radical. And I say this because clearly the time of any vocal person is very limited in this country. And I wanted to know what cabinet would look like so that we know if we have political goodwill. I need to remind us that this government despises you to the core. Anyone who's on this call, according to this government, you're not a piece of shit. You're worse than a piece of shit. And I need to set this in context so that you know when we say that we only have two tribes, the haves and the have-nots, to remind you that you are not part of the haves. You're part of the have-nots. And we probably, if we continue with this trajectory, we might never make it to be part of the haves. I say this because this government has our blood in its hands. This government has killed us. The reason why I never missed a single demonstration was very simple. There's a young person who once left their home and never came back. There's a parent who prayed for their son and for their daughter and said, God protect this man. And probably they even said, tutaenda maandamano. And they went and they were shot. They never came back. There's a person who has bullets lodged into their spine who will never walk again. The day we occupied parliament, there are innocent citizens for whom we will never be able to account. There are people who have shown up. We as young people have shown up in swamps dead. We show up in mortuaries. That's how we go back home. But remember, the political class left Bunge Towers in Bunge Towers in an underground tunnel, and some of them were ferried by ambulances. Remember, there are people who died in the flooding incidences, and we could never find choppers to go and rescue them. But remember, the political class on that particular day of occupation, the pier, the helipad at KICC suddenly was working. You see what they do. And this is the thing which I don't know if you're radical enough. And I probably will get into even more trouble than I already am with the arms of the law. But so be it, because we have nothing but our lives to offer to this revolution. I want to ask you to remember what it has been, to remind you, first of all, to congratulate you for occupying. It's been 4 weeks, but it feels like it has been forever. We have been killed, we have been maimed, and they have pissed in our faces. They have connected one exhauster to another exhauster, just transferring the same shit people. And the only way this man would have fixed this, and the only way they hate truth so much, is because when we lose our fear, they lose their power. That's why they've used all sorts of intimidation. And you see, the political class has decided to hijack our movement and turned it into something, because they tried dividing us into tribes. They very quickly realized that we claimed we were tribeless, we are fearless, and we are partyless. So they wouldn't pull those cards. They tried to use classism. This is the first time I saw that Hustler versus Dynasty narrative work, because you remember there are members of parliament who went to address their constituents to say that these are people who use iPhones and they go to KFC and they go to in Ubers. Then they realized, no, even the poor people don't want it, so we cannot divide them according to class. Then they realized that they may be losing their power because we have decided to invoke the first article of the Constitution and reclaim the sovereignty of our power. They realized that we can no longer control these people. And this is the thing about government, is they want to control you. The only way we can affect government is if we affect their money. That's why we have a president who faces us, and instead of condoling with us for lives that have been lost, I would think that as a president, the human life, the sanctity of human life would not be lost on him. But this is a president who has blood in his hands. This is a president who's become a part of a regime that has killed us consistently, and this cabinet facilitated those deaths. Remember that these people are not on our side. And I say this because it is the first time I saw the political class clamoring together. They put their differences aside and they came together. And you can see now, if you want to kill a dog, give a dog a bad name and kill it. According to the circulars, what they've done, they've just done reshuffles and they've not fired anybody. In truth, nobody is going to account for their actions. So we are not even sure if this firing was real, because were they given severance packages? What happened? We can never really trace the money, because the truth is always where the money is. This is a government that has shown us utter disregard, not of the Constitution one, but for the sovereignty of the people. They still believe that a fraction of a few should be able to control the resources of the many. And that is why we have to occupy everywhere and affect where their money is. They are going to incite us into violence. They are going to try and pinpoint us and accuse us of being violent. That's why in the recent police circulars that you have been seeing, they have been saying that they have received intelligence that criminal organizations or gangs are planning to infiltrate the protests. But if you have been on any protests, anyone who's been for the protests knows that these protests have largely been peaceful. And whenever there was looting, the police never used their force. The police is stuck in being a police force, and they are forgetting that they are supposed to be a national police service. When we continue thinking we can delegate our defense to the most ignorant, or not necessarily ignorant, but people who we do not rate as book smart, the people who have to do it because they have no other alternative in life, this is the kind of things that we will be facing. And I say this is a very bitter person, because when we started this about a month ago, we were just people in our 20s demanding for accountability. Now we are wanted men in our own country for just saying, do the right damn thing. Now the police force has been doubled. They are going to come up very hard on us. And you see, they've revoked rights. They look at us and say, we can revoke this right. We have a dictator who's reading from a very malicious playbook. He refuses. He wants to have a Moi presidency without a Moi constitution. And that's what they're trying to do. The political class has never been friendly. They took our points and took them as talking points for their legislative things. That is why, as Kenyans, we now have to decentralize. We have to occupy everything and everywhere and show whatever this dissatisfaction is. Because now they are going to double down on these efforts. We are going to die. When I was saying that day on media that I had received a credible threat, they are going to make good of it. We will lose more lives because they will try to silence our loudest voices. But will we be silent? That's a question we have to ask ourselves. Are we going to accept that kind of treatment from a regime that has gone rogue, a regime that is acting like a rabid dog, a regime that has nothing but disdain and utter disregard for the citizenry? And when we think about it, it has to pain you, because the number of lives we've lost that we can account for stands at 50. The number of people who've been wounded stands at over 100. And I need you to remember all that for nothing, because there's still corruption going on. The same thing which we were saying has passed, and now we are being balkanized and being asked to organize tribally. They are going to play party politics, and they will double down on the PR. You've seen them trying to discredit any journalists that wanted us to say the truth. You've seen them victimize anybody who tried to truly express themselves. It is going to be a very difficult time. Kidogo niko kwa mkutano. It is going to be a very, very difficult time if we do not organize ourselves. It's going to be a very, very difficult time if we do not be bold, if we do not take a firm stance and say that we will not allow these people to rob us of our future. We are going to get into very dark times, times of censorship, times of nothing but utter disregard, and the people who will be bought are the only ones who will be fronted to look as though the youth are in agreement. We said this when we were in Maandamano and people said we were being paranoid, that about 3,000 to 4,000 youth, after this man is done with this thing, he will invite a few young people to State House, and there will be a very, very elaborate photo operation, and he will say, listen, the youth are listening to me. That is what we are rejecting. Kuna nafasi hapo? Nipatie nafasi niko kwa mkutano. Enda tuko mbele. Sawa. If we continue to behave like this, we will be forced into violence, and they are trying to remind us that they are the ones in control. Let us not accept this kind of treatment from this rogue regime. Asanteni sana.
Okay, let me hear from Kasamuel. That was a powerful submission. Let me hear from Astarico and Misiko. After that, Misiko.
Thanks for the mic, bro. My view on the new cabinet of Ruto. Let me actually give in my take. First, I would like to say that we've seen President Ruto mention his half of the cabinet. And what we know is that the MPs are going to do vetting. And this is where we are supposed to be very serious, that we are supposed to warn them not to vet them in. So, after he has completed appointing the new CS, then vetting is going to be done. So we should stay alert. And the things that we used to do in the beginning, actually texting members of parliament and asking them to reject the finance bill, that is exactly what we are supposed to do, to keep on texting them and ask them not to vet them in. Then secondly, he's actually reappointing the cabinet secretaries which he had fired before, and that is not acceptable. Then second last, we are supposed to stick on our agenda, occupy State House. So we actually promised to occupy Parliament, and we delivered. So there is a problem. The people who are on the forefront are actually misleading us in one way or another. So we should actually stick to the point. If we are going to occupy State House, then we should stick to that. And I heard somebody say that we should occupy everywhere. It's not actually making sense. We should be specific. If it's occupying status, then we should stick on that. And that is what I'm urging each and every Kenyan. We should come in numbers. You know, we successfully managed to occupy parliament because we were large in numbers, and actually people should actually come again in large numbers so that we can occupy state house. Then lastly, it's about maandamano. Like, we should march each and every day. We have got 2 days in a week, which is Tuesday and Thursday, to demonstrate, but we should increase the days. If it's from Monday to Friday, let us do it each and every day. Thanks for the mic.
Okay, thank you. The message is clear, is Occupy State House and Ruto must go. Hizo posters za Occupy State House, jameni, zianze kutembea. Posters za Occupy State House zianze kutembea. Any other agenda, it is meant to divert our aim. Na hiyo ndio kitu imeanza kuturudisha nyuma. Okay, Misiko, kindly jump in.
Good evening, guys. Hope you can hear me well. This evening, I'm speaking with a lot of disappointment and embarrassment from this government. And guys, it's the highest time that we have to take it serious. Because once we thought that we are heading a good direction when Ruto decided to dismiss his cabinet. But today, without even fear in his face, he decided to retake the same people we never wanted in the cabinet. It is a disappointment. And trust me, Ruto has done this just to intimidate us and to divert our minds, so that we stop focusing on Ruto must go and start focusing on the people that he have brought back in the cabinet. Let's not be shifted on how we approach this. Our stand should be Ruto must go. That should be our stand. That is what we should be singing. Our next thing is a total shutdown. This issue of saying let's occupy parliaments, let's occupy CBD, sometimes it's not working because also the forces are targeting us. What do? Let's call it a total shutdown. We are saying on 23rd Tuesday, we don't want anything to take place. If you're not going for demonstration, close your shop. We are demonstrating. If you don't want to go for the demonstration in CBD, make sure you're shutting down. When you're leaving your place, your shops are closed. Things are not running. Then this one will trigger the whole economy. Let them say they're telling us of 6 billion. We want to hear the trillions that these people are borrowing, and you are not seeing the impact. I also want us to pick on that it's a total shutdown. Aim is to Ruto must go, and we are targeting State House. State House is the only place that we mention, and these guys are coming. And trust me, if we all come out and focus, we are going to achieve this. And if we relent, we are done. Because Ruto is on a mission, preparing himself on how he's going to take position in 2027. And if we cannot see this early. That's why he's trying to bring in Kina Raila. Now, Raila is coming to divert us. All these things are being done to divert our minds. Guys, let's not relent. It's our time. If we are going just to step back kidogo, we are messed with everything. As we are speaking, our guys are lying at City Mortuary. Even today, a friend of mine is texting in Facebook saying, "My brother, where have you been?" All of a sudden, he's dead. I'm asking, what happened? He was shot in Maandamano. He's not even among the people who were mentioned during that the other day. Now, where are we heading? Our people have died. We have many people who will remain crippled for the rest of their life, and we are here being intimidated. Guys, I'm disappointed. I'm frustrated. And my last point is, let's all participate. You come to space, you get 3,000, 4,000 people, but during the day, you see we are only 5 people at a corner. So even the police are in a position to manhandle us because we don't have that power. So guys, I'm very disappointed today. Let's focus, let's push it. What we should aim at is a total shutdown. Let's call it a total shutdown. That we want Kenya to go to standstill so that these people can listen to us, these people can understand what we really want. Guys, let's push it. Guys, let's not relent. Our people have died. We have lost a lot. We have people who have not been employed. What is Churchill doing in this cabinet? Churchill was there speaking to us the way he wanted. Who is Chirchir? He's not even a leader. The CS appointed for the education. He was the running mate. Actually, Machogu was his running mate, was his deputy. He failed. How can he run the education system? The lady in health is a fail. She's a failure. She's among the people who are removed from the list of the doctors because she failed as a doctor. Guys, where is our country heading? This is the generation that can save this country. We have heard of the mining story. It's another focus. We have to deal with this government, and then we start focusing with our properties. We start focusing with where our things are. Guys, I'm very disappointed today. Let's all stand. Let's all come out. Let's all shout. It's our time. And if we relent, if we step back, we are done and doomed. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That's the message. We need a total shutdown, and hizo posters tafadhali, posters za Occupy State House zikuje na zikuje. Hizo za Ruto must go and Occupy State House zikuje, because ni kama atusikizi tukiwa huku kwa barabara. Let's go there. The lawyer Willis outlined the way we are supposed to go to State House. You get, there is where they put the barricade and we go there. And remember, guys, musiambue respect your elders, musiambue that kind of nonsense. You get, there is a quote that I'm still looking for, but sijui vile inaenda vizuri, but inasema tu kitu moja. If you go by the moral standards of your oppressor, you will never really achieve what you are looking for, because moral standards are oppressor Ruto. It's killing us, stealing from us, and doing everything bad to Kenyans and mutilating the country. Those are the moral standards. Hiyo ndo kitu inaambiwa tuheshimu wazee. Hiyo ndo kitu tunaambiwa. And that is the person who is killing us. How are you going to respect someone who has such morals? The morals of police shooting us every day when we are out peacefully protesting. Okay, I'm going to allow the executive, then Sairo.
Thank you very much, Mkenya, for giving me this opportunity. I've been waiting for this moment like long. I feel like it has just taken a year. Now, I have some issues that I have to talk about. The first one, in this country, we have incompetence with our president and the CSS. Now, how can you be standing in front of us telling us that you have already fired people, and yet you are the same person who is now telling the same people to come back into those seats that you are the one who fired them? Are you incompetent? Did you think about it before you fired them? We fired them because they were incompetent. Now, if you take a person from one ministry to another one, does not make the person to become competent. Now, automatically in this country, we are suffering from incompetence. Number two, I would like to address the issue about the police officers. At least next time, because the police officers, they cannot be the one killing us, and then they are the same people who are busy now, they want now to investigate themselves. That one can't happen. They were the person who killed Rex, the person was spotted on a CCTV, and then the president was asked a question: why did you not take action onto that person? The president said, why are you there? But they want to use the same CCTVs to capture each and every Gen Z who was in the parliament. Is that really competence? That is a sign of incompetence. If there be need be, we have to occupy in each and every home of these police officers. You kill one of us, we occupy your place, we kill. Oh, we don't even kill. We just take you out of your home. We abduct you the same way you're abducting us. Point number three. I would really wish us to stand in solidarity. I don't know whether Osama Otero now can see. He was just feeding a lioness, a cub. Now it's a lion. It's about to feed on him. I think he can now see the reason as to why we were against him hosting the president. The president was just pretending. We know this person is very good in talking. He's very good in talking. When it comes to talking, I don't even know. I personally, nikisikia news ameanza kuongea, I switch off the television because the person is manipulative. Point number three. Now, the president is talking about Ford was the one sponsoring the youth. We are Kenyans. We follow we normally follow the protocol. If you're talking about Ford is sponsoring the Gen Z, where is the evidence? Stop just saying they are sponsoring us. This is a multi-million campaign. It has done a lot more than the president. It is the one which sponsored, it played a very big role in UON, in funding the University of Nairobi years back before the president was even known. We can remember that. We cannot see anything solid that this president of ours has done. Raila should not at any point try and come and act as if he's the Gen Z or the leader of the Gen Z. The first thing that we said, we are leaderless, we are tribeless, we don't care. Whether you were once a leader of the opposition, we don't care. We are not in the position. We want competence. We want people to be accountable. You're talking about you taking these people out of their cabinets, and yet these people, they are talking about 361 or 68 million was lost in the Ministry of Health, and nobody has accounted that. How can you tell me typing error? Hizo pesa zilienda kwa hewa. It was in someone's account. We need the person back. We need the person to come and give the money, not to come and sit on that seat. Is the president competent if is the one who is being unatishiwa, unarudisha the same person? Aden Duale was seen akimtishia president, talking about president, usiponirudisha nitakuasi. Now, is that competence? Unatishiwa mpaka unarudisha mtu. Now, be competent and do what brought you there. Another point is the point of abduction. Right now, Gen Zs are being abducted live. How sure are we there are these police officers who don't want to abduct? Now, tomorrow, if the Majambazi, AJAABU, when they invade Kenya, when they start abducting each and every youth, how shall we know? These people are pretending. You're talking about those people who are dead, who are found dead, and yet they have scars. Na bado mnajifanya you are not the one. Why are you abducting the youth if you're not afraid? The last time I checked, the police officer should come on to you, on your face, without blindfolding himself. Akuja akwambia, I'm a police officer, I want to arrest you. You have the right to remain silent. Anafaa akuje ajiongeleshe vizuri. The other time we saw the other day tumeona mwingine ametekwa nyara, and then you talk about that is mistaken identity. Mistaken identity. What if the person could have died? The person may be suffering from different things. What if the person could have died? Now, this government still, I stick on, it is incompetent. The other point is we cannot rely on the police officer to help us because they can't. They are the one who are oppressing us and they want to investigate themselves. The other day, the other police, Kopchakur, was found on the picture akiwa minua bango, we are against this finance bill. We don't want this leadership. And he was captured at the moment. What about the other one who shot Rex? The CCTVs are there, the footages are there, the pictures are there. We know everything about the person, but the president does not. There is no any single place anasema ameongelea that. The president is going against everything anasema. The other day alisema hakuna no any person, no public officer mwenye atenda kwa kanisa anaenda kufundraise. He was the one who went in the other church akafundraise indirectly, talking about hiyo sehemu ingine imebaki ni sisi ndio tutawapa pesa. No, that is fundraising and we are against that, and we don't need that. We don't need that. Automatically, we don't need that. He was the same person who said any person who is coming into that CSS, any person who will be appointed should not be a friend to the president. That person should not fire a political party. Are we dealing with politicians or are we dealing with leaders? Now, automatically in Kenya, the thing is we're dealing with politicians. Right now, my students in Egerton University, we are suffering because he increased the school fees drastically. Now talking about you're making education to be available to everybody, and yet you're giving us a course that I was to take with approximately 48,000 in a week. I'm a statistician. Now taking a course with 48,000 in a year. Now you're taking it to 268,000 in a year. Is that making education cheap to me? You want your people only to be the one studying. The other day you said we don't want nepotism. You are the same person who you appointed his own kid to take over the school. now to be the director of the School of Defense. We cannot allow that, and we will not allow that. It doesn't matter how long it takes. The IDs, we are paying for IDs. Are we paying to become Kenyan citizen? Now there's no difference between we and the people who are visiting Kenya, and that is a sign of you want to take us back into the colonial period. Koloni mamboleo takubali. Thank you very much.
Yes, good evening.
Continue.
Okay, I believe everyone is good, but si vile sana. Sababu saizi ni kubaya sana. Hapa penye niko, I'm not happy with everything. Nothing is good. Hata saizi salamu inafaa ikue Ruto must go, Ruto must go. I think we should change everything in Kenya. Start from the top to the top. Even dressing code inafaa change because hakuna kazi. Hakuna chakula. People are suffering. Come back now. Let's talk about the government. I didn't expect Mtu kama Duale to come back to this seat. I didn't expect Mtu kama Kindiki to come back to this seat. And this guy is Chirichir. Who is this? What are we doing? What is going on, surely? Yeah? What is going on? Can someone just come out and tell us, okay, Duale akona deni ya Prezo. Prezo asipolipa, aizi fanya hivi na hivi. Okay, Kindiki alipea Prezo deni. Okay, what is going on? Ni madeni mnalipana ama ni nini? Yeah? I remember, saizi, let's talk about security. Security police ndo wanachukuliwa wanaenda kulinda nchi za watu wengine. Yeah? While KDF wanakuja kwa street ati kustop demonstration. What is all going on? What is all that? Mnajaribu kutufunika ama kutuvunja roho ama kutuingiza kwa mkebe ingine tutupwe baharini huko. What is going on? Yeah? Or you want to kill everyone? That ubaki ukichunga wanyama na miti. Yeah? Like unatuonyesha unyonge, like we can't say anything. We have no right or we have no voice. You are the power, you are the authority. Now you're the president. You can do this, you can do what you want. Yeah? You need to listen to people. Kama listen to people, tulipea paka platform. Yeah, okay, people withdraw the maandamano wakasema okay tutoe yes, wakatolewa yes. And now what is going on? Are we seeing new faces? Yeah? Or these are the same people that we didn't want to see? Yeah? Hii ni kutufunika uso. Unapea sijui classmate wako kazi, sijui village mate or who. What is going on? We have these lecturers. We have people who are educated, who are fit for the seats. Yeah? We have retired commander or soldiers or whoever. They can come and take the seat that you're giving Duale. They can come and take the seat that you're giving to Kindiki. What is going on? Are you blind? Are you not seeing these people? Why don't you come on the ground and ask, okay, give us a platform. Who do you want? Or who is fit for this seat? What is going on? What is going on? Are we really going to continue dying looking for peace or looking for our rights? Yeah? You're choosing back Kindiki while people are still in Kware. Yeah? Okay, you're giving figures. There are 43. Yeah? What if the missing people are 500?
Steve, are you still speaking? Okay.
I can't hear him.
I can't hear him. Okay, fine. Maureen, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, kindly jump in.
Yeah. Let me start by saying that Ruto must go. And also, the second thing, I think that we should not let go of the church that easily. I think that the church still maintains the status quo in Kenya. I think we need to push the pastors, everyone. We still need to salimia watu wa kanisa. Tukisalimia watu wa kanisa, naona it'll bring up a lot of change. Ruto amekwamilia sana kwa kanisa. Naona tukiendelea kuweka pressure kwa kanisa, there will be change. And also naona leo Ruto ametupatia kidole cha kati venye ametuchezea karata. So we maintain the spirit. Ruto must go. Tusirelent. Juu tukirelent sisi ndo tutaumia. Let us keep on pushing, guys. Thank you, Mkenya Daima and Edgar.
Okay. Thank you for that. Kuna mtu amesema lazima tu change mpaka salamu. Sasa saa hii ukipatana na mtu ni Ruto must go, Ruto must go. Ukiingia kwa DM ya msichana unamwandikia Ruto must go, Ruto must go. Tukipatana hapa nje Ruto must go, Ruto must go. DJ akiingia anasema Ruto must go, Ruto must go. That's going to be it mpaka we occupy the parliament on Tuesday. Tafadhali Sairo, jump in.
Good evening people. Ni Siro. Sijui mbona mnasema Sairo. Ni Siro. So I am actually heartbroken by what has happened. I was just saying this on WhatsApp status that there is a new cabinet that has been appointed na naona majina nashinda kunaendaje. So nimeingia Twitter nikaona that's what has happened. And last time I had left kama anasema he is going to address the nation at 4 p.m. Apparently what he has done is just that he has done like a dog going back to its vomits. So that's one thing that I'm actually heartbroken as a person. I didn't expect that. I was actually expecting he will do something among the things that we had presented to him to act upon. But now, what he has done is clearly showing us that he is very good in terms of recycling. He is an environmentalist. He doesn't want to do emissions. That's what he is showing us. Kwa sababu ukitoa mtu tena mrudishe, inamaanisha umeona huyo mtu atawestika. He's going to be wasted. He's going to suffer from unemployment. He's going to go through zile mashida zenye Mkenya wa kawaida anapitia. For example, unapata kama saizi tuko na WhatsApp group za profession zetu. Like me, I'm a software developer. I have a WhatsApp group for software developers where I normally post opportunities. So unapata pengine hata we are just imagining probably they will have a WhatsApp group to see opportunities zenye ziko. So pengine rais aliwahurumia kaona the best thing ni kuwarudisha wasiteseke sana. Sasa ndio sababu akawarudisha. But to be honest, hawa watu even when they left I have reason to believe they went home with generous packages. Hawakuenda tu hivyo. Because ukiangalia all of them except Moses Kuria, they were thanking the president. Kwa nini walikuwa wanamthank? Why were they writing those messages kwa Twitter na kwa Facebook? Why? Inamaanisha kuna kitu ilikuwa imefanyika. Na ukichunguza vizuri utapata kuna pesa walitumwa nyumbani nazo. So hawakuenda tu bure hivyo. Haya. Unaona sasa to be honest, I don't see how appointing another cabinet was going to be his job. It was going to be the job of somebody else who was coming in. Yeye mwenyewe, the best thing he could have done was to leave that seat so that another sane person can come in. He has proven time and time again that he cannot stand by his own words. He has just become like his co-partner before, Raila Odinga. Both of them, they are just the same. Ni ati moja ni ako kwa government na mwingine ako nje. But all of them, they just operate the same way, uongo mingi, na kusema mambo to fit a particular context. So hiyo ndio kitu ameprove kwetu. Na already right now he's being painted by international media that he is a popular person, a popular politician who is now becoming unpopular back at home. So that is what is proving. Lakini mimi sijaelewa ni kwa nini right now it's like we have shifted. Tumepunguza ile nguvu ya tulikuwa nayo, tumekuwa wa soft kwa sababu unaona, like there was this clip of this lady from Uasin Gishu. She was saying some things about Murkomen when he was sacked. She was acknowledging the fact that she was pleased by that, but later on again she's now saying people should stop kuingilia president, those kind of things. So ilionyesha ya kwamba kuna mahali pesa ilikuwa imetembea, and that is the thing that is happening right now. Kuna watu wengi walikuwa at the forefront, lakini shetani amekuja ameingia, wamepewa kakitu, and now they have changed their narrative. That is why unaona hata saa hizi there are some people walikuwa wanasema msiandamane. Hata saa hizi if we call for maandamano, some people will be talking against it. It's like ni sawa yenye mmeshafanya imetosha, but in actual sense whatever has been done, it has been undone kwa sababu ya vitu vile zinafanyika right now. Kuna watu wamelipwa so that they start to sell out narrative za kuambia watu maandamano ni mbaya, mnaharibu biashara za watu nini, unaona, those kind of things. Na pia usisahau there are goons who are also being hired to actually come and mix up with the people who are demonstrating. So those are some of the things that zinaenda happen, na mimi sijui vile tutafanya, but ile nguvu tulikuwa nayo before ndio tunafaa turudi nayo. Wakina Casmuel wamekuwa wakifanya a lot of things, waki try to advocate for this, but right now me I can tell these guys they should stop going to TV and actually get back to the roots, because now they have been targeted, but right now they can still do things in a different way. Unaona kama the other day, yesterday actually, it was 3 days ago, Africa Uncensored were doing a show, and Boniface Mwangi was one of the speakers, but he was doing it remote. Hiyo ndio kitu yenye hawa watu wanafaa kuwa wakifanya, but they have not been doing it. Basically what they have been doing ni wamekuwa wakienda kwa hizo TV shows kuongea, na kidogo it feels like they are using this maandamano thing to kujiuza, but tunasahau the main thing yenye lituleta hapa. So mimi I urge everyone who is in this space, tafadhali, when we say we are doing something, tufanye tu hivyo, tusikue wenye tunasema ni kama tunaenda tu kupiga picha na create content alafu tunarudi nyuma. Hapana, we should do the same thing tulifanya ile siku tulienda parliament. Like that day I was actually on the ground, but ninaona watu ni kama tunavuta nyuma. Saa hii tutaongea hapa vizuri, kesho kwa ground unapata tuko watu 5. Why are we doing that? See, we are fighting for our country. Yes, let us mean by what we are doing. Hata kutweet, ukitweet kitu hakuna haja urudi udelete. Si umetweet ukijua nini ulikuwa na tweet? Yeah. Ukiulizwa na mtu mbona umesema kitu fulani, unamuexplainia ndio hata yeye pia ajue, kwa sababu there are a lot of people who are ignorant right now. They don't know what's going on. Watu wanaona tu vitu zina trend, hawaelewi tunatoka wapi na tunaendelea wapi. So we need to come back strong so that when that time comes ya ku occupy kama ni state house, we actually do it as a force, not we do it like a few individuals. That is my submission. Thank you.
Yeah, hiyo ni submission moja poa sana. Daktari Mbiti, jump into quick one.
Hey, niaje Mkenya? I'm audible, yeah? So mazee, niko tu na vitu chache za kusema. I think I've always said that I'm one of those people who was totally against voting for this guy because I know him, he has been my MP from the word go. This is what I said. I think one thing that we don't have is the political goodwill from the current government. I think he still underestimates what we are doing or what we can do as a movement. How do you know? So number one, I'm just looking at the cabinet and you realize he has returned ama amerudisha the people who mtu kama Kinduki. I think I don't know why people say this guy is one of the best performing cabinets. If you look at his ministry, we have a lot of insecurity. This is my ID na my passport. I think in the ministry yake. He's the one who was butchering people. His IG ameenda. There's a lot of chaos. And I think look at again people like Ina Chirchir. If you first heard about Chirchir, huyu ni msee aliiba time ya Uhuru, akarudishwa, akaiba election, akarudishwa. You look at again people like the cabinet secretary for health. Umse ameenda tu akachagua running mate wa Machuki. So basically it means he has just gone for the same people. That tells you that whatever we were doing, to add the worst thing again, to add it to it is tumesikia kuna history ya kuleta Raila kwa serikali. Can you imagine how that is? So apparently the second half of the cabinet ni ya kututetea kina Joho, kina whatever and whatever. That tells you one thing, that we are on our own, maze. These people hate us so much. The political class, and that's why you're seeing, if you see the kind of things that has been going on. Remember, we have again, I'm talking about the strategy way forward. We really have to try as much as we can to dissociate ourselves from these political joyriders. I'm one of those people who are saying, for us to drain the swamp, everyone must go. Anything Raila, anything Ruto, anything Uhuru must go. And how do we do that? We really need to number one, be very strategic in what we do. I'm one of those people when you say let's occupy. I think there are several sectors of the economy that we can actually paralyze, like occupying JKA. Wase tukiamua tu tukamba hapo Mombasa Road, occupying strategic areas so that where we hit them the most. When you occupy somewhere like airport, it's going to cause a lot of issues. Number two, I think we also need to amongst ourselves. Umse ametuangalia, ameona it can cause chaos, ameona people are being paid, ameona watu wanaamka leo wanasema hii na hiyo. And I think what we have seen today is that we have a president, and I like the fact that again we have united again. Watu wenye walikuwa wamejitoa, watu wenye walikuwa wamerudi, you come to realize there's no political goodwill. William said he doesn't give a fuck about anything about us. So what are we going to do? We need to be very very consistent. Umeona ma politicians wake wameanza kurudi kwa village, wameanza kutest Arambe, umeona msee ameanza kutest. So basically umeona huyu jamaa wa finance bill anarudi kwa village, sijui Saturday, sijui those funny things. We really need to emphasize. We really need to be strong in what we do. One thing that we should not forget, just looking at this cabinet, is that we are on our own. Nothing of consideration. If you analyze each and every person in that, mwingine sijui ni PA walinturi. So people are coming back. Wale wenye walituibia are coming back through proxies. So that is to tell you that we have a government that does not give a fuck about us. It does not matter. Things are not moving in this country. If you're a businessman, if you're a mamamboga, if you're a nurse, if you are a wherever, there's nothing that is moving on. And this guy has not shown any political goodwill. He has not shown any remorse. You see how people the cabinet secretaries who are failures, they're already back. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. Umse kwani anaran inchi ama anaran some brothel and shit. So we need to I like the anger that people have spoken with. I like the fact that we have reconvened. I like the fact that this is another recharge for us. And I just hope we'll not make the same mistake that we have done. Hii mambo ya sijui, it doesn't fucking matter. The main issue, and that's one thing that I say. Some of us were like, some people here are like, okay, he has fired. What did you want? He has withdrawn the. Hata inafaa tuchunguze hiyo finance bill maze. Hiyo finance bill I feel the same way tumerudishiwa ma cabinet secretaries, kuna venye naru. Hii appropriation bill kuna venye inarudi. Historia umeona leo, as in there are so many telltale signs. Leo nimekuwa nikiona kwa news ati the first lady office is demanding for 500 million shilling to pay which staff tulisema hiyo staff, it's null and void. That means there are no employees to be paid. But umesikia wamesema tunahitaji 500 million ya sijui first lady na huyu bibi Agashoga, they need to pay employees $500 million to pay these people for offices. Hiyo ina include ma pastors, sijui what committee. That tells you umse ametuchezea. He does not take what we are presenting to him seriously. So we need to find a way that will become very lethal and very ruthless in how we attack the guy. The guy is back, and even we need to follow these people. Mtu kama huyu AG akona kesi kotini. Huyu minister of health sijui ni nani ya Wetangula. So if you just pinpoint, we have 5 people who are the Ruto'S, the Railas, the Wetangulas of these guys when you make a siege. And we are the people who are empowered who must also. And then another thing as I wind up, we really need to, I'm sure all of us, sisi wale situ kwa Nairobi, wapi, we need to have a cobweb, you know, we need to have a network. Yenye tukisema tuna attack kila mahali because it's us against the political class. There's no opposition. I was telling people we are the opposition. Ruto amepata some form of energy. Amepata energy from Raila, handshake, amepata energy from whatever he had. Ndo unapata hawa goons wa ODM wanakuja kutuambia hapa nini. So I think we are the people who need to attack strategic places of the in our attack. Number 2, umse hana political goodwill. So let's continue pushing. Let's have these initiatives. Let's do what we can do. I think there's several and many ways in which we can do whatever we can do. Protests, things like drawing treasury bonds, things like occupying strategic places like wherever you are saying airports and those kind of things, you know. And also you realize that there's a lot of conflict of interest. Mi niliwaambia kitu moja because I know this guy, I work with some of these people. Umse anataka kuwaibia. Umse anataka kukuwa the next Kenyatta. Umse anataka kuestablish a dynasty such that after him there is another. Once you have that shit in mind, and niliwaambia msipigie umse kura. Mimi nilikuwa nilipigia usipigie umse kura because this shit was actually very predictable. And we are seeing this. So it's a good thing that we continue to press it. And let's make sure umse asipotoka this year atoke next year, umse asikuwe kwa hiyo kiti tena. Hiyo ndio kitu nilikuwa nataka kusema. Thanks Mkenya.
That was a very good submission, and this is something I've also been advocating for. Kama unajua like uko Bugoma, you are ama kuna several trips wenye mko in the same city, tafadhali start establishing those networks ndo tuendelee ku strengthen clear communication. It's only clear communication yenye imekuwa ikiangusha watu, and you know every other small facilitation that comes up during the plans for protest. So tafadhali if you're in Nairobi and you know someone is fully for the movement, unajua the biggest challenge sahi, you can't really know who is for the movement. Unaweza pata Mkenya kwa hapa anaangana kuwa host, kumbe tu Loki anapush agenda za Ruto na huko. But I think over time, and time is proven who is in the movement, who is not. So definitely if there are people you can establish some communication now, establish some communication so that we can improve on the clear communication. The other thing is I'm appreciating everyone who is coming on board, and the thing that we are bringing our skills so that we can be able to solve this. Biti mazuta tusamea, tulikuwa so emotional when we are voting for the guy. Mimi nilikuwa kwa village Sekuru na huko nikijengangana kusifu the way the guy is good. And the other thing is usijali, I was approached when I was still back in Austria and I contributed in writing the manifesto, the IT side. So asira yangu ni mingi na inatoka kwingine, but that's not the time, and it's that bad. So let me allow Nesh then Chrisma.
Guys, mimi kwanza nimekasirika, nimejam. I feel very disappointed by those appointments because 1 week ago when this guy was dismissing these guys, he said they have transparency issues, accountability, governance. So I'm here. When I heard the first name Kindiki, I was like, what has changed in 1 week? And there's no explanation to that. Now, what ile kitu hata imefanya tu nisikie tu hata sijui niseme nini, ni wakati nimekumbuka these guys will go to be vetted na ile parliament ya Kindiki, ya Ishungwa na Osoro. The same people wenye walikuwa tu wanatushitia over a month ago kabla waende recess. The same people wenye walifanya watu watokee kwa maandamano. And unakaa tu hivyo tu unasikia no. This thing is too much. Na I mean kuna watu husema Ruto is a good campaigner but a very poor leader, and inajionyesha because the decisions zenye ana make decisions ni kama mtu ajaketi tu chini afikirie vizuri, what am I, hiki tunafanya itakuwa na reaction ama itachukuliwaje na watu. Naona akina Duale washaanza kuambia president thank you for appointing me. Duale even goes ahead to say the people of Kenya have shown so much trust in him. Nashanga, which people? Na hiyo appointment zimetoka tu kwa mtu mmoja. So I don't know why, man, it's so depressing. And I think we need to come together and be united going forward. I think one of the biggest problems and challenge tumekuwa na, it's not a problem, it's a challenge. I think people decided, okay, let's try and give these guys more chance. Pia mimi nilikuwa hapo kwa tumpatie chance kidogo because of what has happened. Tuone kama anaweza badilisha mienendo. But I think this is the same. Ni ile leopard tu wanga ibadilishi nini zake. Hata ukiipata ni ya black na white, it's a leopard. So space I think ni ya current na me I feel disappointed on my end. Maybe kama pia mimi kuna nilikwambia kitu ukafeel offended. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So anyway, thank you Mkenya Daima for the space. Sahi hata nashindwa tu kuongea sana, but I feel really disappointed and I hope we can move together now. Watu wakiamua kufanya kitu, let's focus on that one thing. Tusiache kukua huyu anapigania hii, yule anapigania ile, huyu anapigania hii. Let's concentrate all our efforts towards one thing. Na hiyo ndio kitu ilitusaidia ku reach out to these people mpaka ile finance bill ambayo hatuko sure kama imeangushwa ama haijaangushwa. Jana nikikuja job niliona mtu ametweet technically it's a law because wewe vile tu sheria hizi zetu ziko like president haizi fanya hivi na hivi, so it's technically a law, na probably that is why they are getting the power ya kwanza kusema we need 591 million ya kurenovate State House. You see kuna some vitu zingine tu zina appear and then unaanza wewe mwenyewe tu kujiquestion, hii kitu kweli ilifanyika? So I think tunachezwa na tusikubali kuchezwa. We are more educated and that is our biggest weapon, that tunajua, we know things, we know what we can do, what we can achieve, and where we are going. Sidhani jamaa anajua, I think anafikiria tujui tunaenda wapi, but clearly we know where we are going and what we want, and that is the most important thing. And with that, the next speaker can take over. Mimi bado nilikuwa kwa ofisi, nilikuwa nangoja hii chance tu at least niongee, nitoe hiyo pressure kwa mwili. Maybe next time tutakuwa na
There is a lady I'm trying to get in. Akona whole Christmas, just a second. There is a lady I'm trying to get in. Akona whole breakdown ya vile nani Chirchir. Akona very huge saga on Chirchir. There is a lady who has done a very good compilation of that. I'm trying to get her in. So meanwhile, nikiendelea kutry kumget in because akona very good insight of what is happening. So nani, how do we call this guy? Christmas Jane.
Thank you, Mkenya, for giving me this chance. Me personally, I'm a very sad person today. I'm hungry at the same time. I don't have words to say, but I only have two points to give out. And one is that we should come together once more. We should unite. We should rejoin. Let us have such a big space, a major space comprising of everyone, so that we can do some advertisement and hype it all over, so that we can have a bigger audience, so that this message can reach to everyone. And also, I've been seeing this poster saying that we are at 20% in bringing back our nation to ourselves, but today, as of today, it has gone back to 2%, and we should fight. It's high time we should fight, and Ruto must go. Ruto must go. Thank you.
Okay, that was some fire submission. Okay, Brownie.
Okay, thank you. Na like mimi kwa leo nimeboeka sana na hii option hii nani amechukua leo, like anakuja kutuletea a person mwenye like alikuwa amefanya okay, what was the need of him kufanya hiyo cabinet yake, then aanze kurudisha through the back door.
Hey, what's up guys? Good evening. So
What?
kitu yenye nitawaambia.
What?
Hello, mnanisikia?
Kuna mtu anaongea tafadhali, so ukiingia wewe ngoja tu utaongea.
Okay, it's me. Okay, waku like nimekuwa nikisema hiyo like unaona anatoa mtu mkuu like ukiangalia last politics Machogos alikuanga member wake, then after kurus akamleta education, then saizi amemtoa then akaturudishia mdogo wake, kumaanisha Majogo might come as his PA. Unaona like kuna mali tunacheza huku na tuwezi tukaelewa. Then ukiangalia another issue ni like tukisema to occupy everywhere, then hapa hatuko sure, hatuko specific ni wapi, because each and every county like kuna their issues wanataka kusolve. Unapata one county wanaenda kuoccupy their governor's office, then wengine in Nairobi wanaenda kuoccupy status. So like najua huku atakuwa tuna present views moja, ama like atakuwa tuna present idea moja sisi wote, unaona like huku tutakuwa tuna present one idea in Nairobi, then in other counties watakuwa na present ideas tofauti, unaona. Others tutakuwa naenda kwenda maybe their county assemblies, wanaenda kwa ofisi ya governor, maybe wanaenda kwa ofisi ya MCA, unaona. So hatuko kimoja, baada tuungana pamoja. We need to find a way that tukianza ku present kama ni like tunapingana na Ruto, then huku inafaa tuanze maybe kama ni occupy everywhere, then tuna occupy public places, unaona. Hapa at least eleweka, si tunaenda different paths. On another issue ni like unapata one place wameanza mapema, maybe wameenda tuseme tunaanza kama ni like occupying places tunaanza by 9, then unapata the other places wanaanza 2. So unajua we between 9 and 2 huko katikati kutakuwa na mali hizi like hiyo maandamano itakuwa imeshika moto, then huko askari watapamia kule, then kurushia uoga wale wenye wachanza bado, unaona. So like tutarudi nyuma, unaona. So huku it's time that tujipange, then tujue the idea that yet tuna present. If we say Ruto must go, then every youth and like every Gen Z member then anafaa kusema Ruto must go, unaona. Hiyo ndio do like the way tunaweza kuwa tunaongea kitu kiko the same country wide, not like tuwe tumechidivide.
Anasikika kweli? No, I think anasema connecting. So Maverick, are you there? Kindly join in.
I'm there. Thank you, Kenya, for this opportunity. Hello, everyone. Okay, I'll continue. So I'm just going to start by saying that, in discourse, this is something that Socrates used to do. Is that in discourse, you have to define your terms. And a major reason for the success we've achieved this far is because we've been able to clearly define the purpose of this movement. That even when the international media is reporting on the demonstrations, they report saying that the movement is advocating for good governance and accountability. Like, that is very clear, and no one can deny that. So we've been successful because we've activated Article 1.1 of the Constitution. We've been having this, the people shall, that is mandatory. And that is what gives us the power to demonstrate and freely express our views and our disdain for this oppressive government. But you see, they still haven't felt the full weight of Article 1. And that is why right now, they are slowly trying to seek sympathy from our parents, because want to claim that, we want anarchy, that if Ruto leaves, there will be a vacuum. And that narrative, it's actually very important. And I think that is something that we have to be very keen on and be able to remove that vacuum that they're trying to fill, and slowly getting sympathy from people who don't know better, or also because kawaida, we've had the culture that he comes and gives us hope and some more promises, more lies, and then tunanyamaza, waiting.